Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football here in Sulphur Springs, Texas at Prim Stadium with my Week 8 Friday night instant reaction. Let's start right here in East Texas where we had a classic at Prim Stadium in District 7 4A Division 1. I believe it's the best district in the state in the 4A Division 1 district. And Paris and Sulphur Springs tonight did not disappoint as Brandon Faircloth's Sulphur Springs Wildcats, fighting through a lot of injuries right now, escape with a 38-35 win over a really good Paris ball club that falls to 5-3 on the year. Paris might end up being the best fourth-place team in the state of Texas. Excellent ball club over there, but Brandon Faircloth's Sulphur Springs Wildcats jump out to a 17-0 lead early. Paris scores 21 straight to go up 21-17, and then it's back and forth the rest of the game. Sulphur Springs' Jackson Hare scores with under 2 minutes left from a yard out. The winning score, it was his 5th touchdown run of the night, and Sulphur Springs gets it. Alex McCormick, the linebacker, gets an interception on Paris' final drive of the game. Sulphur Springs kneels it out for a 38-35 win. Now, if you're a Sulphur Springs fan, you're hoping to get some guys back. They had 2 key starters out on defense, along with their quarterback who was out of the game. You're hoping to get some guys back as you get ready for a possible playoff run. If Sulphur Springs gets healthy, I do think they are a team to watch in Region 2 if they can get fully healthy. Looking around the state, it was a great night of Texas high school football. Let's start in the Austin area where Lake Travis and Dripping Springs hooked up in a top 10 matchup. And the Lake Travis defense, I talked about it on Tep and Step this week. The Lake Travis defense was the difference. Hank Carter's ball club forces a couple of late turnovers. They hold off Dripping Springs 14-7. And as Craig Way would put it, a rock fight down there in Dripping Springs. I think Lake Travis, that defense is state championship caliber. The van hopping, a couple of touchdown runs was all the offense the Cavs needed. They knock off a previously unbeaten Dripping Springs 14-7. A great win for the Lake Travis Cavaliers in that top 10 matchup in Class 6A. We had a classic in Houston tonight in the Woodlands. The Battle of the Woodlands, sold-out crowd at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Kyle Coates' College Park Cavaliers knock off the Woodlands 37-31 in double overtime. The Woodlands jumps out to a 21-0 lead, and it looks like they're going to cruise. College Park fights back. They get it to overtime, and the Cavaliers 37-31 to remain unbeaten over the Woodlands. Guys, the Woodlands College Park is probably going to win 13-6. They have head-to-head wins now over Willis, the Woodlands, and Grand Oaks. I think I'm going to say clear sailing from here, but College Park is in the driver's seat to go 10-0 in the regular season, running the table. Folks, they're going to be in the Division II bracket in 6A Division II. All the talk is going to be about DeSoto, Longview, possibly North Forney if they get in. No one's going to talk about the Woodlands College Park. You better talk about those guys in Class 6A Division II, Region 2. They are going to be a threat. They've got a lot of pieces to make a deep playoff run. Moving down to Class 5A, we had another top 10 matchup in Prosper tonight, and it's Prosper Walnut Grove rallying from 38-17 down late in the third quarter to stun Anna with 28 straight points to beat the Anna Coyotes 45-38 there at Children's Health Stadium. Cam Newton was the star of the show for Walnut Grove, 144 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. He also had 11 receptions for 104 yards. What a game from Cam Newton. Offsets Anna's great performance from Ziondre Williams and Michael Kennedy. They hooked up for 4 touchdown passes tonight. But it's Cam Newton and Walnut Grove. Walnut Grove's defense in the fourth quarter came up huge time and time again. Tommy Allison's ball club remains unbeaten, setting up a showdown. I don't know when exactly that game is, but they're going to have a showdown with Melissa in a couple of weeks for the District 4 5A Division II championship. Aside from this game, it was a wild night in East Texas. Athens and Carthage hooked up down in Carthage, and underdog Athens really pushed Carthage tonight. They jumped out to an early lead. Carthage fights back, and Athens led 28-27 in the third quarter. Carthage gets the offense going. They pull away. I believe that final was 54-49. Carthage remains unbeaten. But, hey, if you're an Athens Hornets fan, David Richardson, that dude, he's got that dog in him, y'all. He is an unbelievable quarterback. Hey, Athens is going to be a problem in 4A Division II, Region 2. Everybody's going to talk about Carthage. Everybody's going to talk about Pleasant Grove, even Sunnyvale. Watch out for the Athens Hornets. They are going to be a problem, and they will have to be dealt with in the postseason. They have a very, very good football team. But Carthage, at home, pulls out a close win over Athens. The big game in 4A Division I out in East Texas was between Lindale and Kilgore, and they're in District 9 4A. The Kilgore Bulldogs get the offense going in a big way. They knock off Lindale 49-29. Kilgore's defense has been nails all year, and they were great for the first 3 quarters of this football game. Lindale scored a couple late, but for the most part, Kilgore, this was probably their best performance of the year. If you're Clint Fuller, you got to be really happy with Kilgore's performance. They beat a really good Lindale team that was undefeated, 49-29. Congrats to the Kilgore Bulldogs. I think at this point, with wins over Lindale, Henderson, and Tyler Chapel Hill, you got to think Kilgore definitely in the driver's seat for the District 9 4A Division I title. Some craziness in South Texas tonight. Maybe the game of the night in the state of Texas was between Cuero and Sinton. Sinton leads 55-42 with under 2 minutes left. Cuero quarterback Jackson Marie throws a touchdown pass to cut it to 55-49. Cuero, recovers the onside kick. They go down and score with 45 seconds left to take a 56-55 lead. Sinton gets the ensuing kickoff. They drive down to the Cuero 20, the last play of the game. They try a field goal. Cuero blocks the field goal to knock off Sinton 56-55. If you're a Cuero fan, the last 2 weeks have been crazy. Last week, you blow a big lead to Rockport Fulton and lose 57-56. This week, Sinton blows a big lead against you, and you come back and win 56-55. No, the Cuero games are going to give a lot of people a lot of gray hairs. But hey, Cuero and Sinton, I think right now those are probably the 2 best teams in Class 4A Division II Region 4. Won't surprise me if we see that matchup again in the playoffs. What a win for the Cuero Gobblers. And now Sinton and Rockport Fulton play later on this year. That's probably going to be, we could have a 3-way tie for the district championship, or Rockport Fulton could win the district outright with the win over Sinton. And no one would have predicted that in the preseason. Finally, one more game of note down in that South Texas Corpus area. How about the Goliad Tigers? They knock off previously unbeaten Orange Grove in convincing fashion. Kevin Salazar's ball club was a team we thought could make some noise in 3A Division I Region 4. They got off to a little bit of a rocky start, just didn't seem to get going. They got it going tonight, y'all. They defeat Orange Grove 40-17. Goliad, undefeated in District 15 3A Division I. Right now, they still got to play Edna, but Orange Grove already beat Edna. Goliad maxes out with the win over Orange Grove. Huge win for the Goliad Tigers, who remain unbeaten. So that'll wrap it up from here in Sulphur Springs. I'm going to head back to Fort Worth. Tomorrow, I'll be at Kincaid Stadium in Dallas for the Oak Cliff Super Bowl between Dallas Carter and Dallas Kimball. Make sure you stay with TexasFootball.com and Dave Campbell's for the best coverage of Texas high school football anywhere. Have a great night.